Okay, guys, let me demonstrate you guys how to use a fire extinguisher. Supposedly, I will mark this area. These are the fumables, okay, which we got a fire in. Okay, so we have to make sure we're gonna cover this. This is our firing stuff. Okay, and we have this sealing. So this is a flammable. That's flammable. Then we have a secondary fire on this portion. I just painted. Okay. Then we are gonna come to make sure we secure the oxygen tanks. Now, how to plan the route? The purpose of today's training is how to maximize use your fire extinguisher. You have to extinguish the fire by using only single fire extinguisher. You have to make a route around. So you have 4 targets: 1, 2, 3, 4. So what will be the best way once you recognize there's a fire? You have to determine what's the most dangerous fire, okay, where to start and how to stop, right? So now, as you can see, for me, these are filled with liquid. Let me show you. Okay, so these are the most dangerous ones because liquids, you don't know what these are. They could be anything. So we will first start from the liquid. Then we have a containment cylinder, a drum which can have anything inside it, a wood, garbage, most likely oil, things like that. So we have to target that. Then we're gonna cut off the oxygen supply and then go to the draw. This is the right way to do, because if you start from the draw, you don't know how much CO2 you're gonna use, and then you reach to that point. By this, it will be busted into the flames, and you can see the door is that direction. Then if there will be a fire, you will be going out this way and leave the site to get burned down. So planning is all everything. As you have to keep an eye on the other things. There's a boiler, all right, it can catch the fire, because once the pipe will be busted, it's an electric boiler, the hot water will be falling on you. So you have to make sure what you are dealing with. These all tube lights will be busted in flames once the fire will started. The smoke will bust these all tube lights. So if you're hearing a sound ta 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 like this, most likely it's just a tube light burst, and tube light glass is not that harmful. So target is this, then drum, then that oxygen supply, because everybody knows oxygen keep the burn, and then we don't know about the drum. While we are passing, we have to make sure we have to keep an eye on the boiler, all right, because the boiler pipe got busted. I'm using it busted, the hot water on me, I can fall on the fire. See the cobalt? That's a hazard, because once I will be moving, and I can trip on that. This busted, flames on me. Steamer, it will start blowing steam on me, which will increase the fire toward that direction. Know this thing. Once you will moving, what you will make sure you will use this steam towards the drum, so the oxygen will push the fire down. Alright? Alright, this one you will just disconnect it, because then everybody knows it's a right? Then we will move from here. There is a chain, which is a hazard. This is a hazard, okay? You are moving, should be so that you will be in that direction and then move it. And you keep the extinguisher like at least 10% when you are leaving the side, so you will spray and go out, shut the door. Alright? So let's do it. Fire on the hole! You block it, you rip it. Alright, now it's ready to use. Always use the proper handles. Now, alright, welcome to fire drill practice 2. Today we have 2 scenarios. Scenario 1 is we have a sequential fire and in sequence 2 we will have a random fire. So this video is about the sequence 1, which is a serial fire. So in that, what we have to do is, as we can see, the boards is being marked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and these are marked. Some of the boards got the minus sign or a straight line, and some of the boxes got a circle sign, as you can see in number 8. What we have to do is, we have to take every box out. Those who got the minus sign, we have to overlap them, cover them in a oval way, like from down to top and then from top to down. And the circle one is, we're gonna circle them so that if they are bursting flames, the flame will be contained. The same reason for that, but different shape, because the flame is going up, so we are making sure that it's covered from the top as well. That's the reason of overlapping it, so the flame don't go up. And because the circle size boxes are of different direction, so they were most likely the fire will expand in them. So this is just marked, but in the real situation they will not be marked. You have to determine what shape need what type of action. So the target of this drill is, as we have 9, everything should be finished within 45 seconds of start to stop. So we have 5 seconds for each of the object, but we have to calculate the time the person, the fire warden, gonna be running to grab the extinguisher, take the pin out. That will take at least 5 seconds. So if you take the 5 seconds off, then you can say you have roughly around 4 or 3.5 seconds for every box, and that's more than enough, because over a minute anything is uncontainable. It become a real fire, which need more than just 10 small effort. Alright guys, so now let's do it.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
Okay, we are on the most unique drill. This is a situation which is very, very unlikely to happen, where you know that you cannot control the fire, but you can reduce the fire. In other words, what we can say is, we are gaining the time, so the rescuers and the other fire wardens can take over from us. In this scenario, you are not the designated person to keep the fire, but what you have to do is, you have to contain it in a manner, okay, so the other trained people can come and they can take over and they can control the fire. So in that, you just have to make sure you put some extinguisher on that, so it will reduce the speed of a fire. In that scenario, most likely we're gonna have the small fire extinguisher on our side, and you are walking around, you hear the fire, you pick the extinguisher, you know you have a large area, as you can see. From there all the way, we have a big fire space, which is easily required 3 small size fire extinguishers, but we're gonna only use 1, and our target is to touch everything. Touch it. We are not extinguishing the fire, we are not eliminated it, we are gaining time. Alright? So, without further say, let's go.
Fire!